All right, let's talk about a tool that could seriously change how you deal with video footage. It's called MarkerFlow, and it's all about making that first, often painful step of organizing your clips so much smarter and faster. We're going to see exactly how it works.
So let's just start with a feeling I think we all know. Have you ever gotten back from a shoot with hours of footage? You open it up on your computer and you just feel completely lost? You know the good stuff is in there somewhere, but finding it feels like an impossible task. You know the old way, right? It's just endless scrubbing back and forth on your timeline. Your computer starts to choke because your project file is getting huge. And you end up exporting dozens of little clips just to try and make sense of it all. Well, MarkerFlow basically flips that whole idea on its head. You just watch your footage once, you mark the highlights as you go, and all you're left with is one tiny little file. This really gets to the heart of what I like to call the editing headache. And it's something pretty much every video creator deals with now, especially because all our cameras are shooting in 4K or even 8K. Here's the real problem, right? You try to play back or scrub through a massive 4K video file on a totally normal laptop, and it's a battle. It's lag, it's stuttering, you get that spinning wheel of death. It just feels like you shouldn't need a $1,000 supercomputer just to look at your own clips. So what's the fix? Well, it's a really simple but kind of profound shift in how you think. You need to stop thinking about cutting your video and start thinking about just marking it. And the process itself is unbelievably simple. Okay, step 1, you load your video. Step 2, as you're watching, you just hit the left bracket key for your in point and the right bracket for your out point. You can even use the number keys to color code those sections. And when you're all done, you just export a super lightweight XML file. That's it. No rendering, no new video files. And this color coding thing, it's so powerful. You get 10 different colors right on your number keys from 0 to 9. And if you've ever used a program like Adobe Premiere Pro, this is gonna feel second nature. It's an awesome way to visually categorize everything, like this is A-roll, this is B-roll, this is a moment I need to look at again. Okay, so once you've done all your marking, what do you actually get? It's important to understand the files it spits out, because this is what keeps your workflows so flexible. Let's look at this 3-file system. So you have 3 main outputs. First is the .mproj file. Think of that as your live project. You can open it back up in MarkerFlow anytime and keep making changes. Then you have 2 types of XML. The trimmed XML is probably what you'll use most. It's just your favorite clips all lined up back to back, ready to drop into your editor. But the full timeline XML is also really useful. It shows your marked clips, but within the context of the entire original video file, which is perfect for archiving. Now, I keep saying XML, XML, XML. This right here is the secret sauce. This is what makes the whole thing work so efficiently. So let's talk about the magic of XML. I absolutely love this definition. An XML file is basically just a recipe. It's not the final meal. It's a tiny little text file that has instructions. It just tells your editing software, hey, go to this big video file, find this spot at 1 minute and 15 seconds, and play it until you get to 1 minute and 22 seconds. It never ever touches or changes your original video. And this recipe idea has massive advantages. First, it's future-proof. I mean, it's just text. Computers will be able to read text files forever. It's ridiculously storage efficient. We're talking about a file that's a few kilobytes instead of gigabytes of duplicated clips. It's super portable, so sending it to a friend or an editor is instant. And maybe the coolest part? It's searchable, and that searchability comes from this. You can actually embed information, metadata, right into that XML file. So for every clip you mark, you could add a title, maybe some keywords like best take or drone shot, or even leave a note for yourself like fix the audio here. Your little XML file suddenly becomes this incredibly rich, searchable database of your entire project. Okay, that's all the techie stuff, but what does this actually look like in practice? How does it apply in the real world? Let's check out a few workflows for different kinds of creators.
So if you're someone who shoots with a GoPro, this is a total game changer. Imagine coming back from a ski trip with hours of footage. You can just watch through it all one time, marking every cool jump, every wipeout, every scenic view. Then you export that one little XML, and boom, you have a map to every single highlight across all your files.
Or what about something like a wedding video? This is awesome for teamwork. You can go through all the footage and use colors to mark everything. Like, okay, purple is for the ceremony, green is for all the beautiful B-roll shots, rose is for the speeches. Then you just email that tiny XML file to your editor, and they instantly get a perfect, color-coded plan for the entire film. And this whole system scales up beautifully. For big commercial jobs, instead of making and trying to manage hundreds of little trimmed clips, you just keep all your original raw footage safe. The XML file is your master guide. It's lightweight, it's non-destructive, and it's a perfectly organized reference for the whole project. It saves so much storage space and headache.
And all of this, all these features and workflows, it all points to one bigger idea. And that's about unleashing your creativity. It really comes down to this mission: empowering every creator, regardless of their hardware capabilities. It's about leveling the playing field. The whole point is that your creative vision, your good ideas, they shouldn't be held back just because you don't have the most expensive, most powerful computer.
So I'll just leave you with this question. What kind of amazing things could you create if the technical frustrations just disappeared? What could you make if your tools just got out of your way and let you focus only on being creative? That's really the promise here. Thanks for tuning in.